What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is my recap on Iyanla Fix My Life. This is part 2 of last week's episode, Raised by Monsters. So if you have not but if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so, and do not forget to click the bell so you can be updated on when I'm posting the videos. Now, if you remember, the siblings got together for the first time in a very long time, and they were able to, I guess, talk about some of the issues. Some things were expressed. They got to sit and have a meal together. So this is 6 weeks later, and Iyanla is meeting with the siblings again because their mother is coming to the house. Their mother, Rita, has decided to finally sit down with her kids and basically hash out whatever issues that they have. Alright, so I'm going to run down like some of the most important things that I found with this episode. First, we found out that Kadeem and Kadara got into a physical altercation. Alright, so Kadara said that Kadeem destroyed her house, punched holes in the walls, destroyed her mailbox, pulled her hair. They showed a picture of her scalp was red from him pulling on her hair. Basically, he beat her up. And she said that it just escalated in that way. And Kadeem, we have learned last week that Kadeem has an issue with violence. He's always fighting. He said he fights for people because nobody fought for him. We get that. But he fought his sister in her house. Alright? That's the first problem. He fought her in her house. So Kadeem didn't show up when the other siblings came. He eventually did come, and Iyanla sat with him. And basically what he said was, she calls him to pick her up from the airport because she went out of town. She called him to come get her. He basically kind of brushed her off, and she got upset about that. She came to the house and started arguing. A fight ensued, and then the police were called. I don't know if he got arrested or anything like that, but he said that she tried to make him feel like he was less than. And, while he was sitting with Iyanla, Kadeem has a lot of issues, and we know he has a lot of issues, but how he's putting it out there and how he's exhibiting his frustration, his issues, he fights, okay? And Kadeem is going to fuck around and fight the wrong person. And he is either something is going to happen to him, or he is going to fight someone to the point where he is going to go to prison and probably not come out. He has a very bad anger issue. And we know what it stems from. We understand that his job is to work through these issues because it can end up bad. And the fact that you actually fought your twin sister as old as y'all are, that is a problem. So he sat down with Iyanla, and he is trying not to cry because Kadeem is a damaged boy. These are all kids, okay? They may look like adults, they may talk like adults, they may act like adults, but mentally they are still children trapped in a hell. Because even though they are adults and they've moved on from these people and they're moved on with their lives, they still have these things within them that keeps them trapped as children. He is a hurt person, and hurt people hurt people. So that's what the issue is. When it comes to Kadara, he's not upset to me. He's not upset at her. He's upset because he has no way of dealing with anything. She has no way of dealing with anything. So they lash out on each other. So she had him and Kadara basically sit down and kind of make up. And with Kadara, it's kind of hard to read her. Because to me, Kadara has vacancy. Like, she ain't there half the time to me. Like, she is, like, her soul has left her body. The way she interacts with people, the way she interacts with her siblings, even her twin, it's like, she just don't want to be around anybody. She don't want somebody to touch her. She just looks uncomfortable. And I don't know if y'all noticed that, because I noticed that since last week's episodes. But Iyanla did sit down with the siblings, let them know that their mom is going to be there to talk out their issues. They were basically, I don't have nothing to say to her. She's dead to me. There's nothing she could say that can remedy any kind of situation from what they've been through. So the siblings are kind of like on the same page as where I don't even know that woman. So when Iyanla was sitting down with the kids, they asked, you know, what do you know about your mom, basically, and Kidara said her mom is a quitter. Her mom does not follow through with anything. Shalimar said that her mom basically ran after men. When the police asked Rita, when Shalimar was like 4 months old, if she wanted to stay with Shalimar or leave, she left with a man. They said that she's basically dickmatized. Any dick she get, she runs after it and leaves her responsibilities behind. That is why she was not in their lives, because she was running after the dude. Now, I don't know if it's the same guy, because how they're making it seem like when she was on drugs, she's still with this man. I don't know if it's the same man. That's how it sounded to me. Alright, so Rita shows up. And Rita looks nervous and everything like that. And she sits down with Iyanla to basically, so Iyanla could understand what the fuck happened. Like, why do you have 5 kids and we're not in any of these kids' lives? What's going on? Rita said that she was a drug addict. She was on crack. She was a crackhead, basically. And Rita, her story to me was sad, because this happens to a lot of people, a lot of kids. And nobody, we see all these people suffering from drugs, mental issues, and everything like that. And we see them on the streets, doing their thing on the streets, and we don't really know their backstories. This backstory that Rita has is kind of common when you see a lot of these people on the street. They come from a similar backstory. So Rita said that she was, she was raised by her grandmother. Her mother was not there. She was running after men. Same thing her kids said. Rita started running after men. So again, you see the pathology. Rita was doing exactly what her mother was doing, because that's all she recognized. That's all she knew. Rita said that she got pregnant at 16, but she was also a prostitute at 16. Off the bat, like, the kids started telling her what was going on. Shalimar said that, even though you left me with grandma, I did not have a good childhood as well. I was molested. And she said, instantly when she said it, Rita's face was kind of like in shock, because Rita did not expect that. I think out of all her kids, she felt like Shalimar was going to be better off. But now she sees that that was not the case. Shalimar told her that it was a family member that did it. And she did tell the grandmother, and the grandmother basically ignored her. And, never addressed it. So Shalimar was upset that the mom would say that she was going to come and would never come. So the mom said the same thing happened to her. She was at that, she was living at the house, and a family member, now I don't know if it's the same family member, but a family member used to touch on her and do all that stuff too. And Shalimar told her grandmother, and her grandmother basically told her to get out the house. She don't want her there. And this is the pretense of when Shalimar left and started going on the street and started prostituting. So the grandmother saw this shit going on, knew this shit was going on, being told by not only Shalimar, but by her granddaughter or her great-granddaughter that this was going on, and she basically dismissed it. Now this tells me this person is either her child, this man is either her child, her husband, or her brother. These 3 things. Because a woman will defend these 3 things. Rita said that she was pregnant every year from the age of 16. She had Shalimar at 16, William at 17, Michael at 18, and the twins at 19 years old. So you're 19 with 5 kids, and you are a crackhead prostitute. Like, that is horrible. And Iyanla was like, she did mention to them earlier, like, what if your mother spared you? Because growing up, if you did not go into foster care, if you lived with your mother, you were living with a crackhead prostitute, your life probably would have been 10 times worse than what happened to you. So, when Rita revealed that she was a prostitute and she was a crackhead, Iyanla did bring it up again, like, see, what if your life ended up worse? What if you were born a crack baby? Because out of all these times that she was pregnant, Rita did not give birth to a crack baby because Rita said every time she got pregnant, she would stop using. William and Michael and Kadeem and Kadara started telling them what happened when they were in foster care. Michael said he was hit with a lot of pots and pans and instruments against his head, and this is what causes his epilepsy. And I worry for Michael the most because of his condition. When Michael gets into a situation where he's nervous or he's frustrated or it's too much, the epilepsy happens. And we saw this happen live on camera. It's like he blacks out and he just goes into a place where he doesn't hear anything. And then he just his eyes starts kind of rolling to the back of his head and he doesn't hear you calling him. And then it's like he jumps out. It's like he's trying to jump out of it and then it just keeps going. So it started happening to him while he was talking to his mom. And he got up and he left. The minute came to sit with him. And it was just happening like it took over his body. And Rita and Iyanla standing there calling his name. And he's just in a different place. He's in a different zone. And it's so sad that happens to that boy. And it's like he has all these things that he's holding inside of him for so many years. And he can't let it out. So him not letting it out is causing all this issues with his epilepsy to flare up and everything like that. It's really sad to see. It's really sad to see. So Iyanla was telling him, you need to be able to let this out. You cannot keep holding it in. This is what causes a lot of your episodes because you're holding all this in. I like that Iyanla had Rita sit with him and basically hold on this boy. She has never held on this boy. He has never felt his mother's heartbeat next to him on his, he never felt that. He never put his head on her chest and just laid there and she's rocking him. He's never had that. So Iyanla was like, and it reminded me of when, you have a newborn baby and you're at the hospital and you're like, you have the baby lay on your chest, your bare chest, so he can, I guess, feel your heartbeat, so he can know that this is who his mother is, this is who his father is. This reminded me of that moment. And he just laid there and she rocked him and she wiped his tears. And I felt like that was a beautiful moment because all this boy wants is to be wanted. All he wants is a family. He said family is the most important thing to him because he never really had it. And he wants to be able to talk to his mom, spend Christmases with his family, birthdays. That's all he ever wanted. So for her to sit there and like to love on him and to hug on him, I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And at first you could tell he was a little uncomfortable, but it seemed like he started to receive it and accept to it. So I found that very beautiful. I really did like that part. So they all get back to the table after the episode with Michael. And Rita basically just asked for another chance. She wants to be able to get to know them, to be in their lives. She just wants another chance. And she wants to be able, she may not be able to be the mother that they want because she don't know how to be a mom. She never raised any kids. Yes, she is the vessel for which you came, but she was not there to rear you and raise you and all that stuff. So she doesn't know how to be a mom, but she can learn and she can try. So she's just asking them to give her a chance because she wants to be in their lives. She wants to be in her grandkids' lives. She wants to get to know them. So Kadara really didn't talk. Kadeem didn't really talk. William said, he can't really accept her right now. Give him some time and everything like that. And I think that as long as they're thinking it over, I think that she's okay. So Iyanla, she asked them if they wanted to give her a hug. They didn't really want to fuck with her. But Shalimar decided to go ahead and give her mom a hug. And I think William did as well and Michael did as well. But that was the end of the episode, and they said that they are trying to build a not friendship, but build a relationship with Rita, and it's just taking one day at a time. As I think they all need to go to counseling, and I think they need to go to counseling separately. The kids have been through a lot, and I think they need extensive counseling. I just hope that they can develop a relationship with each other and talk and learn and grow with one another. So that was the episode. I thought it was a really good episode. It was good conclusion to this family. Alright guys, so let me know what you thought about this episode. I will see you guys for another episode of Iyanla Fix My Life. Next week is going to be good. Okay? Good. That's all I'm going to say. Alright. Talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.